So the first point from Madison Becker, is that how you pronounce the last name?
I think so.
More transparency and opportunities in regards to playlisting, and this is like actually a perfect segue.
Yeah.
So okay, what does Madison mean by this?
You tell me.
Okay, so Matt basically just pointed out that like because Spotify now is in control of who gets to hear what, they create playlists, editorial playlists, which I'm sure all of us have listened to music on editorial playlists. Spotify at the end of the day is the people that decide.
You're talking about like gym, like
Yes.
happy day,
Yes.
cleaning your house,
Exactly.
those kind of things.
They get to decide whose music is
Rap
on
Caviar.
these playlists.
Rap Caviar.
Rap Caviar, which is like probably one of the more popular ones, right?
Yep.
So it can change your career overnight. I can go from having 1,000 monthly listeners to 1 million monthly listeners literally the next day if I get on the right playlist.
Yeah.
And Spotify has that power at their fingertips at any point.
Yes.
Right? So more transparency and opportunities in regard to playlisting is amazing, I think. And basically how it works is Spotify allows you to pitch your song, no matter who you are, to an editorial playlist. And they have a staff of curators that parse through them and listen to them and decide if they should go on a playlist or not. But nobody really knows if they're actually doing it, if they're what their criteria is. Are they actually truly saying, oh, everyone has an equal kind of like shot at this, or is it just like, oh, Dua Lipa's label just basically gave us $1 million to put her song on this playlist,
Right.
so we're gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
So I was on a meeting with a PR company a couple of months ago, and I was just trying to pick their brain about some stuff. They were trying to like sell me a bunch of shit, obviously. But what they told me was like, they were like, do you know how many songs Spotify receives overnight? Or sorry, in one day?
I don't even want to know.
Can you look that up actually?
Yeah.
How many songs
It's probably
get
like
uploaded?
20,000 or some crazy.
I think it is 20,000 actually. And so essentially, if Spotify is receiving that much, do you know how much staff they would need to have just to listen to music every single day?
That is so bizarre.
So basically, the PR company is
insane.
Oh my!
Well, that's what
God.
that's just
100,000 songs every day.
Oh my God.
Well, how many are submitted to the playlist? That's what your question?
Well, I mean, figure 100,000. Let's say
Right,
50%, even
Yeah.
30% of that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Right.
It's 30,000 songs, man.
That's insane.
Nobody's fucking listening or reading to your prompt, bro.
I'm sorry, they're not.
Yeah.
Like the PR company literally explained to me, like they're not doing that. The way that they actually do it is Spotify decides. So there's levels to your score,
Right.
to your popularity
Right.
score.
It's almost
on
like
Spotify.
Tinder or some shit
It's
like
actually,
that.
yeah, like
like
Tinder has the
algorithmically-
ELO score,
Right,
And
exactly.
like so does Bumble and shit. Spotify will have a score for you based off of how much you're posting,
Right.
how much your music has playlisted, how
Right.
much it's streaming, monthly listeners, like TikTok, like it knows how much engagement you're getting on TikTok, Instagram,
It's insane.
Facebook.
Wow.
It knows everything.
Right.
Know is
all
like
connected.
the umbrella.
So yeah, you
know
have to
what
be
I mean?
you have to be popular and before you be popular.
Right. So,
You know,
but it's
like,
good though because it forces you to actually put the fucking work in.
100%.
And it forces you to actually build a fan base of people organically before they're gonna start like just throwing you on a playlist like and giving you all sorts of success.
That's true.
I think it's healthy.
It is
because
healthy.
These like entitled ass like artists who have one song out and it's like mid at best or like why am I on the playlist? They didn't even listen to it. It's like, bro, just go work, put some more work in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that's controversial or not, but I just feel like
I think
it's important.
I don't think it's controversial. I think maybe sometimes a frustration that I would feel is that when you're trying to figure out the Spotify algorithm, and obviously, as that comment said, it's not very like transparent.
That's the problem. Definitely.
It's that, and it's
Be
also
straight up.
be straight up, and also if it's checking your consistency on other platforms, not only do you have to figure out the Spotify algorithm, you have to figure out the Instagram algorithm. You have to figure out the TikTok algorithm.
Right.
You have to be studying algorithms all day.
Boo.
Right. It's
Who wants to do
overwhelming
that?
for sure.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming, but that's just the price we pay, I guess.
But
Yeah.
can you equate that to like back in the day, like having to come up with the money, right?
Sure.
Right.
To pay the
Right.
distribution,
So- right.
to pay for the
Just to
distribution
get in
of
the
your
studio
record.
or
There it is.
something. Yeah.
Just to get in the studio, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, you had to garnish like some sort of attention from the labels to be able to get an advance
Right.
of
Yeah.
that size.
Right. So you have to already grow organically to get that deal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So it's the same thing.
Same thing.
This is
It's-
the point. The
it's
point I've been trying
different
to make
work.
is the same.
It's different work.
Yeah.
But it's the same amount of work.
Yeah.
I would say.
It's not easy to find success, bro. And
No,
just
it's
because
not.
you can easily get on a platform where a lot of people are finding success does not mean that you're entitled to it more.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Put in the
Absolutely.
work and deserve your success, like it always has been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like a foundational thing,
Yeah.
right?
Great.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. So okay, Julian, shout out Julian. We love Julian.
Let's go.
1 cent per stream. How the fuck you paying less than the smallest denomination of money? Okay, I love this because it's true.
Facts.
It's actually true. But I'll give you some pushback on this, Julian, because if they want to give us 1 cent per stream, your Spotify subscription is gonna be $100 a month.
Fact.
If you
No
want to
one's
pay,
paying
if
that.
everyone is down to pay $100 a month for Spotify, then give me a fucking cent per stream, bro.
I'll
I'm
go
rich,
put a down payment on a house
Literally.
or something.
Yeah.
man.
Literally.
Facts.
right?
Is there a way to calculate how much money that would actually end up being per monthly subscription? Not really, right?
You have
Per
to multiply
stream?
everything times 10, right?
If everything
'Cause
was a cent,
it was $10, now it's 100.
Just multiply it times 10. So it's like $3 or 3 cents per stream instead of a cent. I don't even know.
I don't know.
It's fucked up.
We'll do the math. But
well, even if it was $30 a month, are you guys paying for Spotify?
absolutely not.
You're not.
Me,
$30?
if I'm just
No.
a consumer, if I'm like
The problem-
because I don't know if they're, I would
I
find
am.
the cheapest one. That's
Wait.
what would be my mindset. If I'm an artist,
Really?
Yes.
if I'm just a consumer,
Yes,
But
right.
still,
but
buy
I'm not
you-
paying 30 if I've been paying 10 for my entire life,
That
which is the
too.
problem. But people,
True.
dude, how much money were people spending a month on records when they were buying $12 LPs?
That's what I was just
right.
gonna
Let's
say.
figure
It's
out what
like-
that is.
Like if you're spending like, I mean, dude, some records today are $35.
Right.
Yes,
But now they're
but
a
you get
commodity,
to and you get to
right?
determine
That's-
which
that's
records
true.
you buy. You that's
Yes.
a complete like when I feel like a subscription has a little bit less power where it's like you have to subscribe every single month. You get to determine how many records you want to buy. If you're content
Right.
with your shelf and your library, like you're done.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You can have a dry 3-month period of not buying records. You know.
We're getting to the we're getting to
we're
it,
getting
man.
to
We're getting
something.
to it innately just by talking about it. This crazy solution.
I hope Spotify sees this. Dude, they're not
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
to.
but if they
I
do,
know.
they would just like implement all the ideas probably with no credit. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah.
fuck you, don't see this shit. Spotify. we are gatekeeping the solution to this entire industry right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And all of our viewers are too.
We're dropping it right here in episode 4.
Okay. Patty is your cousin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No more industry plans and stop overplaying publishing mediocre pop songs. All right, you know what? I actually agree with this now that we've gone through this because it's true. Spotify can overplay and publish mediocre pop songs because somebody is in their pocket
They're
with
getting the
money.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
This is
that's
true.
That's totally
What is
true.
an industry plant? Can someone define that?
Like it's basically somebody who is not necessarily talented. Like some may argue Taylor Swift. I wouldn't, but
Right.
a lot of people use Taylor Swift as an example of an industry plant where
Really?
loads of
Yes.
money are funneled into her,
Like, we're
and
gonna
they
make
kind
you
of
a star.
basically force her
Got
into
you.
a stardom without like allowing it to happen organically.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I believe in industry plants, to be completely honest. I'm kind of skeptical about industry plants.
For sure.
I
I
think
can't
it's a
think
bit
of
of a
that many
conspiracy
examples,
theory.
honestly.
They said,
but
do you guys know Bobby, the
Yeah.
podcast that like that was the most recent like scandal of like like she's an industry plant
Well, yeah, because she had Drake on the show.
for like her first episode, but like
But you don't know if that's her first episode, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. It's
Like-
like you can never tell. Whoever says they know for sure doesn't
Right.
know
It's
for
like
sure.
it's like Shawn Mendes released his first album, which is just titled Shawn Mendes, and he got like an insane amount of streams. Oh, he's an industry plant. It's like no, he actually spent like fucking 4 or 5 years building up his career,
And his
and
gas.
then when the
Was it
label signs
YouTube,
him,
right?
huh?
He was on YouTube,
and
yeah.
all that shit, and then the label signs him, and they're like, all right, wipe that slate clean.
Yeah,
Let's give
nah.
him a start fresh in the public eye, the way we want to do it, right?
Yeah.
It's a debut album, but he's been putting out music for his entire life.
Sure.
So
what you see and what's actually going on behind the scenes are two different things.
exactly,
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's as simple as like uploading music to 2 different like aliases. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you blow up on the second alias, then no one knows about your first one.
Right.
Take a look at Child.
Right.
You wouldn't know about his former alias
Right.
if you don't like research into him.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So you might say, oh, he's an industry plant, but he already had an entire audience before he even took the new alias in. And they're all
Facts.
diehard fans that follow him to the next one. Yeah.
That's
so
it.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe in industry plants, but stop overpaying or playing and pushing mediocre pop songs. I definitely agree with, because Spotify are the ones that are controlling who gets what, basically.
Sure.
Um,
Sure, I can see that.
yeah.
But it's also controversial because like what most people, or not most people, but what some people define as mediocre pop music has been like some of the songs I listen most to. You know what I mean? Because
True.
just because like some people like to say it's mediocre pop because it's popular, right? Back to the Taylor Swift thing where
Definitely,
you hate it
definitely,
because it's popular.
Right.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, like, honestly, the only reason why I empathize with it is because I used to be that, you know?
Yeah.
Coming from, like, when I used to play jazz all the time.
Same.
I was like, yo, like, pop sucks. And I was like,
right.
wait, that is a completely
Right.
Pop is interesting, man. I mean, there's a reason why it is so popular. And
Yes.
there's an
Facts.
art in itself
Right.
on how you make music for a mass of people.
Yes,
Yes.
what I mean?
I
But
agree.
like, I think what Patty's saying is that like
Angel is her first name.
Angel, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm just reading the Instagram
It's all
handle.
good.
I think what Patty.Angel is saying is that like just because I'm Drake and I've made a bunch of great songs in the past does not mean that my next album is going to be just as good. And I'm still making a lot of money because my name is Drake. So my label can pay Spotify a bunch of money to get my songs to place on playlists.
Or on the cover when you open the app.
Right.
right.
Just because I'm Drake, but my songs might not necessarily reflect the attention that I'm getting. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's
Right.
not like as organic as a record sale would be or something like that. So yeah, I think it's a good point. Kalea has a brilliant point actually. DSPs nuts. And in parentheses,
thinking that.
sorry.
So I think you mean sorry.
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 Kalea's Canadian. So shout out
Sorry,
Kalea for
Kalea.
the great, intellectual
Shout out Canada.
insight there. Yeah, shout
Yeah, I
out
feel
Canada.
good about that, Kalea.
Yeah,
Me
you
too.
just
As a
represented
whole-
the whole country of Canada.
Basically, yes.
All 32 of yous.
No, we love Canada. We can't shit on Canada.
No,
we
we
actually
don't.
love Canada.
Yeah.
I'm about to move there,
Syrup
bro.
and shit.
Maple.
Facts.
Okay, and then the last one oh wait, actually no, I should look at Aiden's thing because Aiden actually had some great.
Shout out Aiden.
Shout out Aiden.
Lally, we love you, bro.
Lally.
So okay, a more social aspect to Spotify would be awesome for indie artists, like a feed where artists and users can share songs, clips, thoughts, criticisms, events, etc. It'd make it easier to pre-save music, find new artists in a direct line to streams in addition to sharing on Instagram. He's onto something with that.
Yeah.
Really onto something with that. I think Spotify is already going in this direction, and I just heard last week that there's some sort of deal now with Spotify and TikTok. I don't know if it's the Facebook Meta stuff, but if you're using the official sound of a song, so all distributors distribute the song to TikTok, right? So there's an
Yes.
official song or sound for your song. If you use that in a video, somebody can just press on the thing and hit add to Spotify. You link your two accounts.
Nice.
And you don't have to leave TikTok to add a song.
Ooh,
Nice.
I
That's
thought that was
great.
gonna be. I thought you were gonna say something different.
No.
Actually, I thought it was gonna be if you use the sound in a video, it counts as a stream.
It does already, I think.
It does.
Yeah, DistroKid like recoups that money from you.
It
for
does.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if
But
your
it's
song,
a TikTok stream.
yeah,
right?
I don't know how they factor it in, but I'm pretty sure you do receive money for it at a certain point. But
I mean, that's great.
that is great. But
yeah.
still, the standard is Spotify. Like you every artist needs to funnel their
their fans
audience
across the
there.
platform
But now,
to
like
Spotify.
the biggest thing is the conversion rate sucks because you have to leave TikTok, go to Spotify, sign in, search them up, blah blah blah. But now it's like link the accounts, and every time you see a fire song that you like on TikTok, you can add it to your playlist right from there. That's gonna change the game.
That's
and
gonna
that's
be
a huge
phenomenal.
positive. That's a huge positive, I would say.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
Absolutely.
Because one of our hardest like endeavors as indie artists is crossing platforms.
Crossing platforms, dude.
Like, let's say
Yeah.
you have a viral TikTok, like, good luck. I mean, like, I'm just gonna say it, like, yo, like, you had like a
Right.
a very very popular
Right.
TikTok. You know
and
what I
it-
mean?
I got nothing from it, like literally nothing that you
Really?
could track. Yeah, just a couple of followers on TikTok.
But I
right?
remember after you got that really popular video, you posted another video after it about the oh shit moment. That was such a perfect segue.
Mm-hmm.
And so even in practice, like, it didn't really work out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is so interesting to me. Like, I was like, okay, this is the start of like Nick's bat. You know what I
I
mean?
thought it was too, but yeah, it's just not. But maybe if there was an easier way to convert an audience, it would have been different. You know what
Sure,
I'm saying? So
sure.
now we're seeing this. So now if you go viral for your song,
Yeah, if you put the banner, imagine that video with the banner for that song,
Right.
like right in the corner,
Right.
or just like
Exactly.
anything, dude. It had how many likes, dude?
Exactly.
Like, oh, come on,
exactly.
so
real.
crazy.
So yeah, Aiden, you're onto something, and I think they're already doing it. So I think that's a great idea. Obviously, everything in existence ever is going in the direction of social media
For sure.
'cause
Of
that's
course.
like basically running our lives.